We are live. We are direct with Anne Marie Penny, who is the founder, CEO of DreamoreAI, who has recognized that hiring is broken, and she is at the forefront of transforming it, bringing together humans and technology to grow businesses, careers, and sustainable wealth, not just for the 1%, but for all. Putting people first. Over the last 30 years, she's recruited for thousands of VCs, startup, middle market companies, and the likes of Apple, Live Nation, Disney might be consulting with Anne Marie. Highly ranked in Forbes as one of America's best professional recruiting firms in the building, the cyber building. Anne Marie Penny, give us a dance, sister. A little bit of salsa.
Okay, fine.
Give
We're
us a
gonna do
salsa,
that.
sister. Let's go.
Yay!
Oh,
Everybody needs to
and
get up off
come
their
on.
chair and move
The
around. That's
energy.
part of what makes us
Oh, look
people.
at this. This is why she closes
That's
those
right.
six-figure deals. Energy sales, my
Sure.
sister. Tell me more.
Well, let's
What we
see
doing
where
there?
to begin. The brief backstory, we work with a lot of people that have come from other countries and other places, and being in mostly startup culture, there is so much about this energy of how do you create something out of nothing? How do you just imagine something and the power of an idea to make it real? And that is literally why we weren't always called DreamMore, but a few years ago we changed the name because we really wanted to express this idea and these words because those make reality. So I came to California after growing up on 100 acres in Arkansas in the middle of the country, which is still such a small town that when you zoom in as far as you can on Google, it's just a big square of green. I lived in Israel and then came to LA with $200 and a college degree and a place to sleep. And from there, I'm very grateful as a founder, as a female founder, as the kind of person, who didn't start out, we all have some level of privilege, but, let's face it, we didn't start out with $1 million and, hope it works out. So to be able to create so many companies and inspire other founders, other business leaders, other purposeful people, that's really been, my artist heart in a capitalist system, wanted to come out in the way that it's come. So here we are. 30-year perspective that, hiring in the old days was very relationship oriented and who do you know and really going deep with each other. And that squishy part that makes us people. And 30 years later, what I've seen is like layoffs, my most respected clients and peers did all the right things with their careers. And then, now they got laid off or they're struggling or they've had 3 jobs in 2 years and this kind of energy. And then, the technology and in a post-COVID world making us less connected. And this is what informs why, we're actually adapting in a way and looking to the future of work and saying the future's going to look very different. And how do we go on this journey together so we can help each other?
Amazing. Well said. Thanks for sharing so eloquently. Tell me,
She talks for a
what
living.
does sales mean to you? How are you closing these six-figure containers? Like, let me know, like, what's your secrets?
Yeah, I love that question in that people think sales is one thing and it's a lot of things. And I ended up coming out of KPMG finance and I had some sales training in college from this company called Vector Marketing, which a lot of people know. You go around to the neighborhood with a bag of knives and you sell people knives. So I was like a 16-year-old girl going to I found the fancy neighborhood, so I had some instincts and, sold knives to the fancy people. But that training was really incredible just in terms of, I'm going to answer the question for sales 2 ways. It is numbers, it is volume, it is consistency. It is the same reason why if you want to be a YouTube star, you should have started years ago and just keep doing it. All these kind of concepts. Everybody is in sales. And that was the thing that I realized when I switched careers from finance to recruiting. And I didn't think I was a salesperson ever. I was just me. And so
Hmm.
this is the amazing part of sales that, this you-ness and how you express it and how you connect with people, that is as much selling as understanding how do you ask for the sale and negotiate and close and get the deal done? Like, it's got to be both. And you can be a salesperson if you don't have soul, but it's kind of like music, right? A lot of the soulless music being generated, you might listen to it, but you're going to forget it 5 minutes later. And when
Wow.
the sales has soul, they're going to work with you for decades.
I think, Anne Marie, that's probably the best answer I've ever heard before.
Aw. Well, I have a sales
Anything to say?
personality, so I'm a little competitive. So thank you. I like to be a winner.
I love that. Maybe if I can surmise that, volume plus soul, or have I kind of done a good job there, or not?
Yeah, I would say consistency.
Oh, consistency. Yeah, yeah.
Because one of my
Consistency.
best recruiters from the left. Yeah, so and I'll give you an example because I was mentored in my profession and I'm very grateful. She was amazing. And I literally just looked at her and said, she's a few years older than me and successful and similar. So if I just follow what she's done and do it my way, I'm probably going to be successful too. And that is literally, that's why in the world of careers, I would love to see more and more mentorship and apprenticeship models because, our kids are like on TikTok trying to figure out how to make their face better. And it's like, no, no, there's a whole different way to view this, which is, emulating and letting people like us pass it down. But the consistency as it relates to my last sales team, I had people that hit all their numbers, but didn't have that squishy part. And then sometimes they get mad at my best guy because he might, it was a 80 call a day structure, and he might talk to 10 people that day, and everybody's giving him business, and he closes the deal. And they're like, "How come that guy gets to go home early?" And I'm like, "Well, he just crushed it." But he was also on the phone with people that he had gone deep with, and instead of the shallow thing and a volume thing, it was, "Hey, let's have a real conversation and understand who you are and care about each other," and that closed it every time. That's what we gotta get back to in this world of automated sales funnels and the nightmare, which is everybody's inbox. Uh, we all got a stress reaction from that, and it's a shame because we can do it differently and just start with acknowledging each other.
100%. Do you have books on this? I'm guessing you have books on this.
Don't. I mean, somewhere in the, overwhelming task list, I mean, you made the introduction of creating sustainable and inclusive wealth. And so part of our overall DreamOR ecosystem has the commerce part. We have a real estate portfolio and we do events. So there's like a lot of moving pieces. So yeah, Jay, I've got a lot of writer friends and they hear my stories and they're like, well, that's at least 3 books. And thank you. We'll get to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way that you answer like I've never heard people answer before, and it's you break it down with clarity as well, which is
Thank
good.
you. As with all things, like, say I'd been playing piano for 30 years consistently, I'm probably going to be pretty good at articulating what I'm doing. And so, gratefully, in the world of running a recruiting firm, very high end and relationship oriented, but, literally 30 years of, we're going to do a thing a certain way. And clearly I got personality and it was going to ooze out no matter what. I still remember getting a job offer from one of the largest firms in my industry. And I wanted to see like how they did their process. Cause, on scale, it's impressive. But what I saw in there was like, they don't want you to be individual at all. It was more of a manufacturing model where everybody's just like churning and churning and churning. So what did I learn from that? I learned that it's very satisfying when our tiny little firm ran circles around them as a competitor and then was very close to each other on the Forbes list. So I'm like, look at us. But I also just learned that, to have the satisfaction and the sense of purpose in the role, you're in the people business and you're trying to commoditize people. And I just fundamentally had an issue with that.
Okay. No, that makes complete sense. I mean, what I find out, I know you mentioned that you've been in the game for 30 years, started when you were 10, you know?
All shucks. I mean, I was a nerdy smart kid. I did graduate early, so sometimes I want to change the date because it's like, no, I
Yeah.
was really young. I was done when I was 15.
Yeah. But it's like a lot of people, what I find, they try and sound clever rather than sounding authentic. And I think when you speak, is that authenticity that I don't think is bound by time. It's not like, hey, you've been doing this. 21 years, you're going to be able to articulate more. I think it's just tapping into your edge and, giving that authentic truth.
Here. Yeah, and
100%.
thank you. I mean, back when I was a baby recruiter, I had made a job change from finance, and glad for that. I wanted to know how numbers work in business, but that wasn't really my personality. They put me in with all the other trainees because whatever it was in me, even being really shy and really, I mean, when you're young, you don't know who you are. You're like, you're a child. But whatever it was in the style, they wanted people to learn from that. Because I think I came at this with more of an artist and creative heart as opposed to I'm just trying to make money approach. So by the time the dot-com boom happened and we were the first recruiting firm in LA to focus on the dot-coms, because nobody really knew what this was. And I was just like, ooh, I want an excuse to talk to these founders and creatives and nerds. And then because of this, like the money just came and came. So then you got to figure out your relationship with money because that's a whole other part of the story of like, wow, I never thought I'd be well off and then sometimes not well off. And then how does that affect your identity and your motivation? That's 10 more hours of podcast on a different day.
No, 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 no. Amazing. So tell me,
Being
what's the
happy.
big goal for the next 12 months? In the next 12 months, what's the big goal for you?
It's a very clear goal. So for the first time in 30 years, we are productizing because Dreamore AI is a platform that is taking advantage of the tools and the technology that's growing very quickly, but still putting people first, which my brothers and sisters in the tech industry are often putting tools on top of what we have already. And it's like, these systems are breaking and our culture is breaking. And so instead of staying in that same direction and pretending that actually fixes it, we're like, all right, well, let's start with voice enabled a product that eliminates the bias, just let you talk. Everything under there is going to make sense of it and even catch you when you're lying to yourself. Because some of these technologies, they've used in the CIA and 50 years ago in lie
Yes.
detector tests. So we're putting all of this together, so the entry point is like, let's just start talking as human beings and just let it flow. And then from there, we can learn and apply. How do we upskill? What are we really good at? What do we want to do? What do the companies need? And all of this, like lots of dynamics. The solve for is that, people can still have careers that are going to look very different and find the satisfaction and the motivation that we've often lost. So this next 12 months is getting that out to market and then proving
Nice.
everything we've been testing.
No, that makes complete sense. And what?
It's a journey, though. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I love the fact that you're constantly innovating. You're always looking for new angles, and you're not resting on your laurels.
This isn't, I mean, you shouldn't anyway. This is part of what makes us people is this natural curiosity and this continuous learning. And we got to tap into that because it also makes us genuinely excited about just waking up in the morning. But the second part of that is this is a moment in time, and this is a benefit of being around through a few cycles in the economy where things crash and everybody's like, oh, is this like the dot-com crash or this like the credit defaults? Well, this has been also a climate change. I am a double phoenix. Two of my homes have burned in fire in
Wow,
2018 and at the beginning of
wow,
this year. So we've got
wow.
some
Sorry to
climate
hear that.
impact. And in a post-COVID world, we're all much more separated than we used to be. So all of these dynamics are creating this, like our trauma brains, our normal human brains want to go back to when we felt safe and things felt normal, but it's just, there is no going backwards. And so what it requires is being able to recognize the pain we're feeling and adapt, because that is the only way to survive and also succeed in this next era. It's, I can't belabor this enough. Like, stop pretending that if you apply to 1,000 jobs with your AI generated resume, that's going to get a better result. It's just not. So please admit it. And let's look at this a different way and grow together.
Be for president.
Oh, God, no.
You do a better job.
Said
You
we
do a
wouldn't
better
get
job.
political. You know, Me and my English friends, we've had a friendly argument for years and years about whose is better or worse, so we're not going
No,
there.
fair enough. No, I mean, but this is why I want more women in leadership. Like, honestly,
Thank you.
I
Thank
think
you.
there'd be more authentic conversations and more collaborations. That's what I think.
Collaboration is the word. This is part of our underlying thesis and value system here at DreamMore. What if we looked at each other not as a competitor, not as a threat? What if we looked at each other as a potential ally, a potential partner, a friend, a collaborator? Just
Look at
relensing
this.
it that way changes everything.
Maria, I don't know what's in that tea, but let me know because you are on fire
Milk.
this morning. Let me know what's
Milk,
in
just
that
the milk.
tea. Yeah?
Milk. I swear, it's
Milk.
just milk.
Wow.
I
You're
told you.
bringing the heat. You are
I
bringing the
mean, don't you
heat.
think this fox is in the English
Yeah.
countryside somewhere, just rocking
Yeah.
out the hat?
Wow. California girls are irresistible. La 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 la. Come on.
Sorry, I'm not
Come on,
blonde.
Anne Marie. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Biggest challenge for you. Biggest challenge in terms of executing on your expansion.
You know, the truth comes from within, and the biggest challenge always comes from within. This
Mm,
is about mindset. Don't kid
mm.
yourself. All of that externality, like when I was in the 1% self-made, we had a plane, we had land everywhere. I was married, Forbes list, all that, right? And I remember my ex-husband, who we're still friendly. It's after fire, we separated. But the point of the story is I was just having one of these like overwhelmed freak out days. And I'm cool, but every once in a while you get to be human. And he looks at me and he says, Emery, look at our bank account. We just closed $100,000 worth of business 2 days ago, and you are acting like the wolves are at our door. What is wrong with you? And he said it with kindness, but he like stopped me, and I was like, oh my God, like what is going on with my head? And so I refer back to those moments where, as an entrepreneur, I have been broke and I have been rich, and I have been broke and I have been rich. And there have been times where I was broke and building, and I am just on fire. And it's like, of course, this is going to succeed. The last cycle, I was like, tech industry is going to come back big. And we were short on money. So we borrowed some money and we went and got a 3.5 acre place right in Malibu. And it was like, this is what it's going to be. And we're like, all chips in. And, it went whoop. And this is the challenge sometimes when you're a multiple founder. Like when you're a first time founder, a lot of times that beautiful delusional nature of being a first time founder is like, of course it's going to succeed. So the challenge later on is sometimes your little head starts chewing on you. And it's like, remember that time that it kind of didn't succeed, and then it's poison. So biggest challenge all day, every day for all of humanity is you got to wake up in the morning, and no matter what's going on in there, is just like, you know what? If today's your last day, like make it a good day.
Wow. Very profound. Look, we are in November now. I'm setting you a challenge.
Okay.
When we connect in February, I want that book. I want that book emotion.
Well,
No,
that is true.
honestly,
I'm trying to take December to chill out, and that might be the perfect time to just I like that.
honestly,
Thank you.
I, outsource it. Outsource the thing because
Got a
these
friend.
ideas, cannot die with you. Not that you're anywhere close to dying, like you're gonna live for another 100 years,
Hey, I mean,
hopefully.
we don't know though. I'm
No, no, no.
okay with that.
Yep, well,
You
yeah,
we don't
no,
know.
it's true. Every day on planet Earth under the sun is a blessing. We don't know. So because we don't know, makes it even more important, Amory, that these ideas do not go with you. So
Well,
I
thank you
need
for
that book
recording them.
expeditiously. I need it
I
expeditiously.
challenge accepted. It's been in there, and thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Let them know who you're seeking out. Is it a certain type of company to connect with, collaborate with on LinkedIn? And how can they contact you?
Absolutely. I believe the links will be in there. So I
Yes, there
freely
will be.
accept even the
Yeah,
bots that are trying to sell to me. I will accept your LinkedIn and do my best to have a friendly conversation. Follow us, DreamOR AI. DreamOR has one M in it because Amore is actually the little Easter egg that's hidden in our name, DreaMore.
amazing.
AI. And we are doing a capital raise. So we're opening this up to some strategic angel investors. because collaboration is about all of us helping each other. And this is the first time in my career history that I have not been the only investor and kept everything. And if I'm going to lead by example for the rest of the world, we got to help the underserved. We got to help, the college
Come on.
students that don't know what is happening. And so this is how we elevate this in a way it's meant to be.
Wow, oh my God. Your team is lucky to have you. Your clients are lucky to have you. Look, I've been with you 21 minutes. I already feel like I'm a new man. I feel renewed. I'm
Thank you.
refreshed.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the magic, my sister, and I look forward to that book coming out.
All right. Game on. We got to name it
Amazing.
though. So I'm here for the naming contest as well. If people don't know how else to participate, let's give us a good name.
Okay. Thank you so much. God bless you, Anne-Marie, and Dream More AI and California and the United States of America.
It's going to be okay.
Woo! This is